Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of the Atheist Experience. It's January 4th, 2009. Happy New Year, everybody.
Pew Forum on Religion and Public Life released the results of a survey on December 18 with the surprising result that almost, according to their survey, almost half of Christians believe that atheists can go to heaven. Seriously.
And this is in the United States.
And this is American. Yes, I'm sorry, American Christians. They didn't do the poll outside of the U.S. And when it goes to agnostics, it's over 50%.
Well, that's curious.
It is. It's like making up your mind that you don't believe in it slams the door of heaven in your face. But I thought that I should comment on this because from my previous appearances on the show, there are some YouTube videos out there of me taking Christians to task over the whole hell thing, because it really annoys me when we're discussing something as important as the basic nature of reality. It really annoys me to have the person I'm talking to basically try to threaten me into agreeing with them by trotting out this hell as if that was relevant to the discussion at all. Well, it's not. I mean, the universe is the way it is, and however it is, that's what we should believe in. It's not a contest to see who can scare the other people into seeing things the way that they do. This should be about facts. So now that there's this survey result that indicates that a lot of Christians believe that atheists can go to heaven, I thought I should comment. So first, I want to get back to this reputation I've got for giving Christians a really hard time about hell. I've even gotten email from fellow atheists saying, "Oh, why do you let the Christians' threat of hell bother you? Because you know that hell doesn't exist." But clearly that's not the point. If somebody threatens you, if somebody insults you by saying you deserve to be incarcerated forever in a prison on Jupiter, you know that there's no such place. But what they are saying about you is that were there such a place, you deserve to go there. The threat, the insult is there whether it connects to anything real or not. So that's that. I know a lot of my fellow atheists would like us to be sometimes softer, less adamant in our positions, less on a hair trigger. But really, I think this is a big deal. We're talking about part of our culture that gets together every Sunday to tell one another that they think that folks like us deserve to go to places like this. Then, of course, to be fair to the Christians, a lot of them will say, "Oh, no, it's not you atheists we're picking on, you see. All of us deserve to go to the bad place. It's just that we Christians know the way to avoid it." Well, speak for yourselves. You don't get to insult me by claiming that you're just as bad. I don't agree that I deserve to be sent to some place to be tortured forever. And it doesn't become okay just because you think you're willing to say that you deserve to go there too, especially not when you think that you've got the ticket that's going to let you escape that punishment even though you deserve it. Seems to me, somebody who believes they deserve a punishment, the honorable thing to do is to go ahead and accept the punishment, not to be looking for ways to avoid it. Okay. So, heaven. According to this survey, 42% of American Christians polled, and the poll was almost 3,000 people, 42% of American Christians polled believe that atheists can go to heaven. And it's 56% with regard to agnostics, or people with no religious faith, is the way it was stated on the poll.
Hey, that's me.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Atheists and agnostics have one thing in common. Neither of them believe in the heaven or the God. So that really does raise with me. You know, obviously, the question of the difference between atheists and agnostics comes up all the time. But, and in my opinion, there's no difference except that the agnostic is not quite as willing to put his foot down and say, no, really, I've looked at the evidence and I've decided I don't believe that. But clearly that's a 8% difference, just because the atheist is willing to state an opinion. So I think it would be fair for people to wonder, well, you know, does Jeff feel differently now about the hell question, now that he knows how many Christians think that he can maybe go to heaven? The answer is no, because I don't believe in the heaven either. I don't believe in either the carrot or the stick. I'm just as pissed off when I'm trying to have a rational discussion with someone about the nature of reality, just as pissed off by some moron who comes along and tries to lure me into believing the same stuff he does by saying, I'll get to go to the special happy place. It's not relevant. The universe is the way it is, and it could be horrific, or it could be nice, or it could be somewhere in between, but the way it is something we're going to discover by looking at the facts and not by responding to either threats or bribes. Do you have any comments about this?
This was a study that they redid?
Yeah, in fact, in 2007, the Pew Forum did a survey which reported that most Americans who claim a religious affiliation took a non-exclusivist view of salvation, meaning most of them thought there were other paths to heaven besides their own personal religion. And there was a bit of a controversy about this, particularly from the evangelicals who really didn't want to believe that, and they wanted to claim that, oh, they're just saying that other kinds of Christianity can get you to heaven. So this was a follow-up poll to the first poll, specifically on that question. And in fact, the result is 73% of American Catholics polled thought that Catholicism can get you to heaven. 74% thought that Protestantism can get you to heaven. 69% thought Judaism could. 52% thought Islam could. 53% thought you could get to heaven by being a Hindu. 42% for atheists, and 56% for people with no religious faith, by which I assume they mean agnostics.
No, that's the list for Catholics.
No. Among all people polled for these different groups, that's the percentage of all American self-professed Christians who thought you could get to heaven through those paths.
Is there, okay, here...
I mean, obviously, a big chunk of the 73% who think Catholicism can get you to heaven would be the Catholics.
Yeah, but I mean, if you figure, okay, the United States, let's say it's 80% Christian of some variety. The problem is that all those numbers overlap. We took 100 people, and 73 of them think that Catholicism...
These are all separate questions.
Yeah.
Right.
And what was it, 74% think Protestantism is going to get you there.
Right. A lot of the same people who think you can get to heaven by being a Catholic think that you could get to heaven by being a Protestant also.
Right, but it could be that the 42 who think that you can get there by being an atheist may be Hindu, Muslim, Buddhist.
This was a poll of self-professed American Christians.
Okay, I thought it was just religious people.
I don't believe so.
Okay.